My name's John Benjamin. I'm the Director of the Diplomatic Academy at the Foreign Office, and I've been a member of the Diplomatic Service for over 32 years. I'm from London and have lived all over the world, as you'd expect in a career like this. It's a tough one because I knew from a very young age, really young age, like 6, 7 years old, that this is what I wanted to do. But I do appreciate from other friends and from my own nephews currently that you can also go all the way through the education system up to and including university and come out the other end without having a clear sense of what you want to do. Thinking about it hard rather than putting it off is one thing, I think, because I believe that if you're thinking about it consciously, then you'll also be thinking about it unconsciously. That's why sometimes people say they wake up in the morning and they know the answer. So don't put off thinking about that. People make the best decisions when they have the best information. So researching carefully the different options you have, talking to people who are in or have been in that area to find out what it's really like. As far as is possible, do something and concentrate your efforts on something you feel passionate about, that will give you not just the financial necessities we all have from employment, but that extra degree of passion and interest and involvement and a feeling that you can bring about change and you can help other people. Of course, each individual will have their own take on what that means. But also, when you start, the period ahead, even if it's now 50 years, looks immense, but it does go very quickly. Sorry if that's the oldest cliche in the book, but it does. When you look back, it goes very, very quickly, and you don't get that time again. So as far as is possible, work out what it is you really, really want to do, and then work out how to get someone to pay you to do it. Work-life balance. It's really important. If one is out of kilter, it negatively affects the other in general. And I know that many people who are recent graduates go into very high pressure jobs. People say law is one example, and they're burning the midnight oil. That's not a good habit to get into, because your productivity will tail off if you're not rested, if you're not relaxed, if you're constantly stressed out. Again, experience counts for a lot. You work it out as you go along, but having that balance such that when you do come to work, you're giving it your all, but it's a reasonable period of the day, because after all, it's not much fun if your life consists of get up, go to work, come back and go to bed again, and then next morning go to work not having slept enough. That's not good for you, and it's hardly likely to be good for the employer, because you're not going to be as efficient and productive as you could be. But I think having a balance is really, really important. But in terms of interviews, prepare well, but be authentic, be yourself, and don't lie on your CV. Why do people do that? I think sometimes people do it because they feel kind of embarrassed about not being able to meet all the requirements in the job spec or for the career. But I think turn that around would be my idea, because if you're looking at the average graduate being in their early 20s, it would be pretty remarkable if someone had enough life experience in their early 20s, having just been a student for many years, to fulfill all the requirements. So instead of, how shall I put it, lying about any aspects, make a virtue of it, saying, I don't currently have max experience of X or Y, but I really want to learn about that, and I feel passionate about acquiring those experiences and having a career in it. So being brutally honest is very endearing. I find personally when I'm interviewing people, rather than people who kind of somewhat exaggerate their life experiences and achievements. That would be my tip.